Dwain, who is the behavior leader at Oasis Academy Media City, and he's the creator of www.learningequality.com, which is a blog that focuses on racial equality in education.
This session is vital because we have three people that we want to introduce you to briefly who all have practical things to say about the way that we can carry all of this forward. So this is where the rubber hits the road, ideas for tomorrow. Over to you, Dwain.
Thank you, Steve. So I need to talk about myself just slightly because I know I don't want to run over time. So I'm second generation Black British from Jamaican and St. Kitts and Nevis heritage. 20 years ago when I attended school, there was a curriculum that was Anglo-centric, viewed through a sanitized European lens. Fast forward to present day, still the same. At the moment, we've got 5 categories that we've developed through Running Me Trust. If you've not seen their report yet on race and racism in English secondary schools, I advise you to look at it, as they provided a basic framework of how to decolonize the curriculum and also have an anti-racist approach. And also, it has been developed by Alison Creole, who is a practitioner who focuses on anti-racism as well. And I do have to mention at this point, BAMED, a grassroots organisation, they focus on equality and diversity in education. So the 5 strands, what we looked at is curriculum, CPD, student education, leadership and management, and community. This was all developed with a working party, and the working party consisted of 35 practitioners within our school. So the first one, I just want to touch on curriculum, is what we aim to start off with is reviewing the topics taught in the curriculum, not just the obvious choices such as history and English, or of the curriculum. So for instance, we're going to look at arts and various other subjects with the aim of decolonising and looking through various lenses to ensure that all children are represented. I can give myself as an example. I teach design technology. So within my architecture project, I will introduce David Adjei, who was an architect who's changed the London landscape and changed the landscape of the world. So that's my positive intervention of Black representation. This is also important because exam boards such as HUA, they failed to recognise any Black designers within their exam board with design technology. So to input that in Key Stage 3 and Key Stage 4 is very important. So that's just a few pointers on curriculum, what we're looking to do. So in terms of CPD and staff training, what came through the working party was the lack of racial literacy, and also what it means to be an anti-racist school. So that's our starting point. And also broadening the knowledge of Black histories, and this was framed as cultural literacy from Robert Beckford, so thank you for that. And also, the most important part for me is CPD of how to manage racial incidents, so a consistent approach, and also the restorative approach. So for instance, if I've got a young person who has multiple accounts of racism, what we're going to do afterwards, how we're going to restore back child into the school, and we're going to put them in a program for 6 weeks. So that's something what we're working on. Also, unconscious and implicit biases that came up with the working party. But we're going to develop on this by actually training our staff to be equality and diversity champions as well. So again, we're working off the same hymn sheet as how we teach the students as well. So equality and diversity champions, again, through the University of Manchester for external CPD, so we can basically be more inclusive for all our learners. Student education, this was mentioned through different practitioners today. What we're going to do is assign Black coaches to our Black children who are going through the application stage. So let's just give you an example. If someone aspires to go to the University of Manchester and wants to do chemistry, Catherine Milan, the outreach team, will assign an alumni student who is Black, who does chemistry or is postgraduate, to actually mentor our kids. So again, it shows a direct link and it can break through that glass ceiling. And the same with architecture and various other subjects. So it's assigning mentors for our kids and also using our teaching staff to mentor our children as well. The other section, what we spoke about, was leadership and management. One of the most important sections, or I should say subcategories, was aligning performance management targets to achieve an anti-racist school. This is the level of accountability that we need, guys, to lead this narrative and lead educational change. So that was one of the most important ones, and also to review our behaviour policies to ensure that it's inclusive and there's no group that's overrepresented in the behaviour data. So again, it's addressing that side. The last section, what we are concentrating on, this is the new section developed the last couple of weeks with myself and Mr. Dillon, was community. This was mentioned by Tessie as well in her Leaves of Change. Very important to utilise our hubs to encourage parent engagement and also local community groups to come together and religious groups. So that will help develop community cohesion over the time. So that's just a quick whistle-stop tour. It's going to be available on the Oasis website and also leadingequality.com, so you can start seeing the different strategies. I also want to mention the NEU Union, they've actually provided and actually have an anti-racist framework as well. That was released 2 weeks ago. So again, that structure can be used in various schools as a platform to actually introducing this. So yeah, I think that's most things, unless you've got any other questions.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dwain.
Yeah, thanks, Dwain. I think we got loads more questions, actually. And this is a foretaste of something we're going to be telling you all about in just a few minutes, where we're going to be able to pick up some of these things with Dwain. The work that Dwain is doing at Oasis Academy Media City, that's going to be represented on our website.